Kia ora in the headlines. The Green Party is calling for immediate action at Child, Youth and Family to collect national records of children abused while in the agency's care. It comes after Social Development Minister Paula Bennett reported 71 cases of abuse between 2010 and 2011, for which the Child Protection Agency has been heavily criticised. However, Barbara Gilray of Catholic Social Services suggests those figures need to be viewed within New Zealand's high rate of children in out-of-home care.
Most foster carers do a phenomenal job dealing with some of New Zealand's most challenging children, but in some instances there are people that perhaps could do with a little bit more training, and there needs to be a high input from social workers wrapped around those foster carers.
The relationship between National and the Maori Party appears to be back on track, despite a difference of opinion about the Waitangi Tribunal hearing on Maori water rights. Mr. John Key's comments about iwi water claims have spurred calls for the Maori Party to cut ties with National. AUT's Paul Moon pointed out it's a familiar scene.
We've had this situation a few times before, and I think it's highly unlikely that they will do it this time, just as they haven't done it on any previous occasion. The cost for the Maori Party, of course, is that it will shed support.
Maori Party co-leader Tariana Turia has asked Mr. Key to kōrero tonight and says she has no plans to sever their ties.
Well, that's not a discussion that I should be having with the media. It is only the media who have raised it, and the Mana Party.
The two leaders meet at the Beehive at 9 p.m. A student union meeting at Auckland University has allowed an anti-abortion group to keep its club status. 227 students voted to keep ProLife Auckland on campus versus the 125 who wanted them banned. There was heated debate beforehand, with some claiming the group had spread misinformation about the health risks of abortion. The national leader of ProLife has welcomed the outcome as a victory for free speech on a particularly important issue. Solid Energy is being reminded of its obligations to the families of the Pike River 29 and taxpayers. Labour MP Damien O'Connor says he welcomes news of the multi-million-dollar mine purchase, but cautioned that as long as family members hold hope for a body recovery, the owners must do everything they can to facilitate that. Motorists will have to weigh fuel price against the environment when they next fill up. The AA has found that a tank of mineral-based petrol takes you 15 kilometres further than cheaper ethanol-blended biofuel. To Syria, freedom fighters have declared the battle to liberate Damascus has begun. Heavy fighting is raging across the capital city, and meanwhile Vladimir Putin has assured his support for the UN peace effort there. Special Envoy Kofi Annan is in Russia this week to encourage leaders to take a stronger stance against Bashar al-Assad. Back home, housing villages have been set up in Kaiapoi, Linwood and Rafiti Domain as temporary accommodation for quake-affected Cantabrians. Sarah's chief says there are already many satisfied tenants, with more vacancies just waiting to be snapped up. Meanwhile, Earthquake Recovery Minister Jerry Brownlee says he's considering an insurance tribunal in Christchurch. That follows a request from the City Council for government intervention.
What I've signalled is that it's not a simple thing, because you're dealing with so many different types of insurance policies. You, in the end, are also potentially giving people financial advice.
And finally, Victoria Cross holder Corporal Willie Apiata is leaving the military. Prime Minister John Key has wished the SAS soldier well in his new role with the High Wire Charitable Trust.
It helps at-risk kids in South Auckland, and Willie's going to be a great role model for them.
Those are the headlines from the RBG News Centre. Pomare.